Pokemon! 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 Pokemon!
Hello everyone, I'm Dustin, Benzel, and welcome to another Pokemon XY&Z anime discussion. This is probably going to be my shortest review ever in regards to an episode, but let's just go in. Let's see, what could be regarded as positive in this particular episode, the second episode of the league, Malva doing a recap of the league so far, which was pretty cool. Hawlucha defeating Mega Absol. Technically, the battle Sawyer versus Tierno, Goodra's return were all overshadowed and undermined by the fact that they just don't seem to care about this league. I'm just not seeing it, you know. I don't understand. And I understand there are some fans in the forums and everyone has their own opinions, but I just don't understand why this league is just about Sawyer or just about Alon. You know, I just don't get it. I mean, we spent 2.5 years, pretty much, in a badge quest, on a journey where there were many episodes in between each badge quest, and then it just ultimately ends up being rushed just for Sawyer, just for Alon, because as if that's the most important thing that a league should be about, is only two characters that really have no business getting focus whatsoever just because they're the main rivals of Ash, you know. We skipped through 3 episodes, or 3 battles pretty much. Yes, including the Astrid battle. We skipped 3 battles just to get to the semifinals. This league, we're not getting a Mandy, we're not getting a Macy or a Jackson or a Katie or even Conway or Stefan. We're not getting that type of battle. We're not getting a separate battle just for Ash. Just so we can see him using his Pokemon. And I fear that Hawlucha getting a win against Absol just means that it's not going to do anything against Sawyer, and it's probably not going to do anything against Alon. You know, the writers will just say, hey, Hawlucha beat a Mega Absol, be happy for that, and completely not care about anything else. I just don't understand why Sawyer got a whole episode devoted to him battling against someone that's not Ash, and yet the only battles that will focus on Ash have to deal with Sawyer or Alon. You know, and with Remo and Alon having their semifinals, I don't expect the next episodes to just be about Ash versus Sawyer. I fully expect it to be a switch between, here's Ash versus Sawyer, but let's not forget about Alon versus Remo. Not that I expect them to take place at the same time, because obviously I think that would be a little ridiculous, since the format seems to be 1 league episode at a time, you know. I mean, sure, Goodra showing up, being Ash's 6th member, and Ash having a flashback of back in the wetlands, you know, and him talking about his Pokemon, and if translations are to be correct, then yes, it seems like Ash did mention that he does have Pokemon at Professor Oak's, but he really wanted Goodra, which is all fine and dandy, you know. The overall quality of Sawyer versus Tierno was fine. You know, I'm not entirely happy that Raichu used Thunder, and then basically Sawyer's like, Mega Evolve, and that's how the battle ends. You know, Sceptile could have at least took 1 Thunder attack. But, you know, it's not like Sceptile took any damage, you know. It's not like it would have done anything, but, you know, it's whatever. You know, I don't know. There were some funny moments, but I just couldn't enjoy them because of Astrid versus Ash being completely screwed over. At this particular point, it seems like Ash is only going to the semifinals and the finals purely as an obligation to him being the main character, rather than something that someone who actually deserves it. Because we didn't see it. We didn't really see Ash earn it. We just saw a lot of one-shots. How do we know that Ash earned it? It could have just been a lot of nonsense as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, so it may seem like Alon versus Remo is first, so maybe we'll see the end of that. And then it'll go to Ash versus Sawyer, and then maybe we'll get into Ash versus Alon, I guess. But I'm just not looking forward to League because I didn't want any League to just be about the rivals. I mean, look at Unova, basically. You know, at least Ash had Stefan, you know, and at least it didn't feel like it was just about Trip. And that was a disaster, and Cameron was a disaster to begin with, so I don't know. That's all I can say. We don't even have a preview. I can say that the next coming matchups are going to be Cloudster versus Pikachu, Pikachu versus Aegislash, Greninja versus Sceptile, but that's pretty much it. We're not getting cameos because they don't really care about Ash, I guess, and Ash Greninja, despite the fact that it's supposed to be this never-before-seen Pokemon. There's really not much I can say. I tried to be optimistic. I really tried to be optimistic, and this is the reason why I'm always pessimistic about everything in life. You know, I just don't care about Sawyer, nor do I care about Alon to actually enjoy the battles, because that's all this league is about. 2.5 years down the range just to have a battle tournament about Alon, just to have a battle against Sawyer. You know, and these are characters that Ash battled not too long ago. 10 episodes ago. You know, I mean, we see Sawyer battling someone he's probably never even met. Well, outside of the league meeting, of course, but, you know, or outside of the battle. They never battled before. We actually get to see that, but God forbid we actually get to see Ash battling someone he has never battled before recently or at all. I don't understand why one episode could not have just been devoted just for Ash, and Alon and Sawyer could have sat pretty in the audience, putting makeup on and being like, yep, can't wait to battle Ash or something. You know, the way the league is handled, this is the best this episode deserves, as far as I'm concerned. I don't really care to go into any more in depth, so that's just basically my review. If Ash had his own episode, I'd maybe be able to enjoy this more episode better. If Astrid and Ash had their own episode, I would probably enjoy this episode a lot more. But the fact of the matter is, Ash seemingly, you know, Sawyer and Alon are like the only important characters in this series, and it's like, how long? We got like 1.5 years, maybe even 2 years before Sawyer and Alon even showed up within the anime. Maybe close to 2 years, maybe. So we spent all of that time, and then this happened. Well, I guess to be fair, Gudra did exist around the time that we first saw Sawyer, so, and Alon was throughout the whole entire series, just on a different series, pretty much, I guess you could say. So I guess that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. I guess look forward to my review for the next league episodes that I'm not looking forward to, but I'm sure will look amazing. I'm sure we'll get great battles, but I obviously just don't care. Sorry to be disappointing or whatever, but that's just how things are going to have to be, because I'm really not happy with this league at all. I'm not even, I can't even be mad. I guess you could say I'm depressed. The way that the league is being handled so far, it's like, I don't care about Sawyer. I don't care about Alon. I cared about Ash, his journey throughout his entire Kalos region. Not to mention, what's after this? The Team Flare climax. That's what's so important about the Kalos region. Not Ash's journey through the Kalos region, just about Team Flare. I wouldn't be surprised if Ash got handled better against Team Flare. And it should probably be about Bonnie. So I'm going to stop being negative and stop being depressed, at least in this particular video. And so anyway, thank you for watching. I'm Dustin Benzel, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.